Well, good midday, good midday, good midday to each and every one of you. Kathy, how are you? No, I have not had my water today. Um, I am changing my path and regiment and hyperness and speed and all of that because I have to learn again moderation so that I can get back to myself. So, with that, as Paul says, I've learned that whatever condition I find myself in, excuse me, to be content. Elaine, how are you? Thank you so much for being here with us on today. I hope all of you are ready for the cold that's coming starting tonight and that you will be bundled up as the weather digresses. Again, Linda Arrington, how are you? Praying that you and your brothers are doing well, praying that all is well with you and yours. So you're going to see me like hop around a little bit, only because I'm trying to find um, a comfortable position to put my leg in, and ain't none of them working. Wayne, how are you, sir? Wendy, bless you. Carolyn Richardson, bless your heart, minister. Sarah Jenkins, bless you. Uh, Matt, the good deacon Titus Greer, how you doing, man? I pray that you are doing well. Yeah, but sometimes minister looks are deceiving. But I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I I'm getting there, and so everything is a process. So we're good. We're good, and so we're grateful to God. I'm praying for a speedy recovery, but that prayer is not being heard. Let me stop. Let me stop. Um, it is what it is. Let's just call it what it is. It is what it is, and we just learn how to do what we can when we can. Good, good, Linda. I'm glad all is well with you and your family. Denise of the Frison, hopefully you're being good and you're not cutting up that much. The good Minister Rhonda Ware, hi, dear. How are you? I pray that you are feeling good and well, and that you are taking care of yourself and you are doing what the doctors have told you to do concerning your breathing. Tamika, Ayana, Shirley. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that Cora? Cora. The truth of the matter is, I can't move fast. I just can't. And so I've adjusted, or I am adjusting. And there's only one thing I'm telling y'all right now. Sure, Jesus on the right hand of the Father. There's only one thing. I know it's gonna take 6 to 8 weeks. I know. But see what? Hey, LMA, sweetheart, how are you, Minister Marcia? What what? And I think Wayne, you may understand this better than anybody else. Um, when when I go for therapy, I'm gonna share this with you because y'all kind of need to know. Most of my therapy is a piece of cake. Nancy, how are you? It's a piece of cake until they get to that point where you have to contract your leg using that leg strap. I'm at 96, which is highly unusual. My other leg is over 120. But what you don't know is, in order to get there, you pull that leg as far as you can, and they push it the rest of the way. Because again, it's that reprogramming of the tendons and the muscles. And when they get done with just, and they only do it one time. When I do number 10, He tells me, now take a deep breath and blow it out. As soon as I blow it out, he pushes that leg. And Lord, 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 that's all I'm gonna say. And you know what? I try not to talk about it because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining and all of the rest of that stuff and just not doing whatever. I can't find a place for my leg to get comfortable just yet, but I'll get there. I have some other exercises that I do. All of that goes well, all of it, except for this one thing. Thea, how are you? Good to have you here. Okay. You're right, Wayne. You're right. I'm doing what I need to do. Believe me. I'm going to do midweek tonight. I'm going to do my exercises. I'm going to take one of my pills, and then I'm going to sit down and just look crazy. Okay, and then I'm tired of them, and they emotionally do stuff to me, and now I understand why they ask those questions about how you feel, and so I get it. Dr. James Mansell, bless your heart for being here. So enough of that. I don't I don't want to be a wimp. I don't want to be a whiner. I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Listen, I have the ice machine, Shirley. You got to remember this is my second go around with this thing. And so I elevate it, I do what I need to do. Um, and I'm doing what I need to do. There's only one obstacle. And once the Lord allows me to conquer that, man, and I believe the Lord ain't gonna let me conquer it just yet, because he knows who I am, Lavonda. Uh, he knows my temperament, Valerie, and he knows that I will go right back to what I was doing before. So he's changing my behavior. Oh, y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't catch that. Listen, Dr. James, when I tell you it hurts, it hurts. And they apologize. They like, we're so sorry, but this is what we have to do. And you know what I tell them? Do what you got to do because it's my benefit. Okay. So that's all I got to say. Chaplain Hearns, bless you. Um, Thea, get it done. Just get it done and get it over with. I'm telling people right now. I'm telling people right now. The knee is the worst. You can get a hip replacement. Thank you, Janice. You can get all of that, and it won't be nowhere near as bad as a knee. I'm not even going to tell you what they do because they told me. Do it, get it over with, and recover. Okay, Laverne, how are you? So let me do this real quick. Let me because ain't no need and there ain't no need in complaining about it. Okay, Elder Clay, man, good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. I'm going to go back to what I was talking about yesterday, and thank God for all of you that are on. Don't forget about 6:30 tonight. I will be back for midweek worship. Lady Harrison's going to take me out for a little bit. I need to go to Giant Eagle, and I need to go to the post office. Um, and so you know what I'm talking about, Shirley. And so do what I need to do. Then I'm gonna come back and relax and rest and be ready for tonight. And then I'll do what I need to do after that. But as I'm looking over my material, dealing with and I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you need joint, hip, all of that stuff replacements done, contact the Crystal Clinic. I'm telling you, contact the Crystal Clinic. I'll give you the name and number of my doctor. When I tell you, these people are phenomenal at what they do because that's all they do. And I told my doctor I was going to tell everybody about them because when I tell you, when I had my first replacement done, was nowhere near what these people have done for me. And I'm grateful for that. But when we go into 2025, hey Sharon, how are you? When we go into 2025, how do you want to go in? How do you want to what is your demeanor? What is your mindset? What do you want to do different in 2025? Because I believe 2025 is going to come with some challenges that 2024 did not. But I believe 2024 is the preparation period for 2025 so that we can walk through them victoriously. Oh, don't forget to share. Please share. Please share. I forgot to tell you that. Please share. And Tamika, did I say hi to you? I was so shocked when your mom came on. I didn't know what else to say. You know I had to say that, Cora. I couldn't help myself. And so I don't know about anybody else, but I need to be able to embrace freedom. I need to be free. I need to be liberated. I don't need to have, and that know this is going to sound horrible, excess baggage or excessively ridiculous people that thank you. I couldn't remember. Um counter to the medication. And because there's some things that are just not worth my energy to go back into because they're weights that the Bible says we should lay aside. They are things that we should not even allow to control us like it does. So, in the gospel recorded by John, chapter 8, it says something, and I think this is important for us to get. Remember verses 31 and 32? Then Jesus said to the Jews who believed him, if you abide in my word, you are my disciples, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. They answered him, we are Abraham's descendants, and we have never been in bondage to anyone. Now, isn't that an amazing lie that comes out of their mouths? They've never been in bondage to anyone. And the thing that they fail to realize is that if you look at the history of Israel, they were always in bondage to somebody because of their own disobedience. So how you gonna they want to know, well, how are you gonna make us free? He said to them, most assuredly I say to you, whoever commits sin is a slave to sin. Can I and please don't put this in the chat. Don't do anything. But what sin or sins are you still slave to? What is it in your life that's outside of the Lord that's still controlling you? What is it that you know you need to get rid of, or I can't say the other part of it because somebody will go out here and say, Pastor told me to get rid of you, and that's not it. Tom, how are you, sir? That's not it. What I'm dealing with is the fact is that it may not be as much the person, excuse me, as it could be the mentality of the person, the disposition of the person, the nagging antagonistic spirit of the person. Because if you're around the wrong kind of people, it rubs off on you. And you've heard me teach about this before. Just that fast, these were the ones who believed what Jesus had to say, Kathy, and yet still they forgot their history because they became offended over the fact that somebody called out what they were too blind to see. And so Jesus says, I need you to understand that the only reason you went into bondage was because of sin, because you decided that you were going to serve other gods more than me. And so he says here, whoever commits sin is a slave to that sin. And the slave does not abide in the house forever. But here's something very powerful, Katrina Harris, I think that many of us need to understand. And we need to look at this verse and see if it can't help us. And a slave does not abide in the house forever, but a son abides forever. Therefore, if the son makes you free, you are free indeed. Now, let's talk about this for just a moment over the next 2 minutes that I have. Sabrina, how are you, dear? A son is a son, even when the son doesn't act like a son. A son is a son because he is birthed into the family, and who they are can never be retreated or retracted, irregardless of the behavior. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sometimes my kids don't act like my kids, but they're still my kids because they were birthed by me. Y'all didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear one word I said. You didn't hear one word that I said. He said a slave isn't going to abide in the house forever, because somewhere along the line the slave's relationship does not produce permanency. But when you're a son, and when you understand that you belong there, even when your behavior doesn't match where you belong. Am I trying to get somebody to understand? Listen, I see it. It's the behavior. And when the behavior is changed, if the son has made you free, you're free. Listen, when you become free, there is not anything in your life that you will substitute for it. When you understand what it means to live free in Christ Jesus, you will do whatever it takes to hold on to it. Bless his holy name. Barbara, how are you, dear? So here's what I'm trying to tell you, and I got to go. Now, I will not be on tomorrow, but I will be on Friday. The reason is when they get done with me with physical therapy tomorrow, I don't want to talk to myself. So there's no needing me trying to do that, because I've got to do what I got to do after therapy is over. I'll be back Friday. I want to finish this up because I've got to build the platform in order for us to go into 2025 more powerful than we were in 2024. Listen, don't forget, I will see you at 6:30. Please etch that in your mind, etch that in your spirit. 6:30 tonight for midweek worship. Love you with the love of Jesus, who is the Christ. May God bless you. May he keep you, is our prayer.